Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Wednesday, the 6th day of April 2026. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. I hope your family is safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessing upon those that work in the area of health who work with first responders every day trying to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women trying to help, rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children who are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. Those helping the people that are victims of prostitution and child prostitution, child pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, the profiteers, and the perverts that create demands that cause these evil industries to exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless, more than 700,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, military veterans, homeless in the United States of America. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So, tonight in Madison Square Garden, there's scheduled to be a basketball game between the New York Knicks and the visiting Philadelphia 76ers. After the last time the Knicks destroyed them by 39, couple things. First, the Knicks had 34 assists in that game, which is unusual for a playoff game. Also, the Philadelphia 76ers took twice as many free throws as the Knicks. The Knicks took 17 free throws. The Philadelphia 76ers took more than 30 free throws toward the Knicks. So it shows that the referees seem to be favoring Philly. Also, Philly wasn't moving the ball very well because they were trying to go through Joel Embiid. And I was telling y'all, Joel Embiid is not Karl Anthony Towns. The Knicks, on the other hand, went through Karl Anthony Towns, and you got backdoor plays coming to OG, to Alvarado, to Jalen Brunson, to whoever is cutting. And this is what makes the Knicks so dangerous. Karl Anthony Towns can shoot the three. He can go with the ball on the floor, and he can look and pass the ball and see the floor. He has all of those in his arsenal. And he's playing better defense. So when the Knicks go through him, you have him, and then all the other Knicks are available. And so, especially on backdoor cuts. So we saw them first do this backdoor cut with Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby in the Atlanta series. But then last game, they did it with OG Anunoby and Jose Alvarado, which got Alvarado a free layup. Now, they're going to do the same thing because there's nothing Philadelphia can do to stop it. This is the thing that opens every other thing up. When the ball is moving, you activate Mikal Bridges on both sides of the ball. Josh Hart is already prepared to go all in. This is going to be a tough game tonight because you have a pro team, a playoff team in the Philadelphia 76ers fighting for their playoff lives. If they lose tonight, that is Philly, they'll be back against the wall, down 2-0, going back to Philly. That is not a good position to be in. Down 2-0 with 5 games left, and you're going back to Philly, which is really New York, Madison Square Garden. As MB said, Madison Square Garden East. He's desperately trying to get his fans to buy tickets. It's a shame, but it is what it is. For Philly, they are running stuff backwards. Really and truly, Embiid should be a secondary or a third option on Philly if they want to win. Maxey should be the first option with Edgecombe right there, and then Embiid. That's how it should work. They still should get the ball to Embiid, but he shouldn't be wasting time trying to draw fouls on Karl Anthony Towns. That's what he was doing the last game. The Knicks could put Towns on him if they want to, but they got the ability and versatility to put OG on him if they need to. And of course, we saw Ariel Hukporti guard him. So we got options at that situation. They should not be trying to go into the teeth of us that way because they're dealing with a strength of the Knicks. But that's their problem. If they don't come correct, the Knicks are going to blow them out again. But I have a feeling they're going to do everything they can to win this game because of the fact, like I said, they realize if they lose 2 in Madison Square Garden, this series is over in 5 games. And I'm really being very generous when I say that. This series is over in 5 games. Now, As expected, Detroit handled Cleveland last night because Cleveland's big men are talented but weak, especially in big spots like playoffs. Mobley and Jared Allen, they could do business. They got 7 feet. They can go outside. They could go inside. Mobley could do just about anything you want with the basketball. But I question his toughness. I've always questioned. I never questioned his talent. I question his toughness. In the playoffs, you got to be tough. So I suspect that Detroit's going to finish Cleveland in this series in 6 games. Without Luka Doncic, the Lakers are going to lose to Oklahoma City very easily. Last night I watched the game, or parts of the game. The LA could not get a basket, and each missed basket represents a stop for Oklahoma City. And as I keep telling y'all, the team that gets the most stops wins. The Lakers could not get a basket. They could not get a basket from Smart, from Austin Reeves, from LeBron, Rui Hachimura. They couldn't get a basket when they needed to, and it created stops for Oklahoma City, who was getting baskets, easy baskets, on their side of the ball. So without Luka, it changes the whole complexion of the series. So Oklahoma City will roll over the Lakers if Luka is not playing. When I said the Lakers were going to be our toughest out if we got to the final, it was because Austin Reeves and Luka are there. Without Luka, Luka's a generational talent. Without him, it's a different team. And so the hamstring injury has kept him out for game 1, probably keep him out for game 2. He went all the way over to Europe to try to get some treatment on it. But, it's going to be difficult for the Lakers to compete with the defending champions without Luka Doncic in the lineup. So it looks like Oklahoma City will win that series. Minnesota San Antonio has to figure out Minnesota. They also are in a must-win situation tonight. They must win tonight to avoid going down 2-0, going back to San Antonio. Juju and them are going to be ready for the fight. And again, it comes down to toughness when it comes to the playoffs. You got to get stops and you got to be tough. It's much more physical basketball game in the NBA when you're dealing with the playoffs. Juju is a physical dude, as is Karl-Anthony Towns. Despite all of the soft rumors, it's BS. Towns is tough, and they call him a lot on ticky-tack foul because they know if they don't, he gonna roll all over you. And the same is true of Juju, which was traded. They were traded for each other, but Juju is tough. Gobert is tough. Conley is tough. Ant is tough. And then they got DeSumo and Bones Highland. And the dude that's really the difference maker in that series is Jaden McDaniels. Because we expect with the 7-foot wingspan that he was going to be a defensive demon. But nobody expected him to be the offensive juggernaut he has become in these playoffs. And that's what nobody is counting. McDaniels can now score off the dribble on the three-pointer, especially from the corner, and he's tough. So that's what it takes in the playoffs. You can have all the talent in the world. If you ain't tough enough in the NBA, there's a couple of things that go along with talent. We talk about the 82-game grind during the course of the season and staying healthy. And then come playoff time, you got to be tough. You got to be mentally and physically tough. And that's, in my view, what gives the Knicks the edge. Mental and physical toughness are Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Mikal Bridges. Why? Because they got to deal with y'all all year. And so they mentally and physically tough. Then you still got Deuce McBride coming off the bench, another mental and physical tough demon on the defensive end of the floor. So I'm favoring the Knicks to come out the East. I'm favoring the Knicks to handle this business against Philly. I'm favoring the Knicks against Detroit. Detroit's the biggest opponent the Knicks have. They got everything the Knicks have except the playoff experience of a Jalen Brunson. Cade Cunningham, this is the first time. In fact, they just won their first series in like 20 years in the last playoff, in the first round, beating, who did they beat? I think they beat, Detroit beat Orlando. Yeah, so they just won their first series in 20 years, beating Orlando. So now they got that confidence. But Brunson's been there before, many times. Brunson been there since high school. Brunson been there at Villanova. Brunson been there at Dallas. Brunson been there at MSG. Don't bet against Jalen Brunson. So, and this is the problem Philly gonna have. If Brunson and them go to Cat, it's a wrap. Because all they gotta do is go off ball. And if you notice, the 34 assists came because they were going through Cat. That's why the 34 assists came. I don't care how many assists Brunson has. Brunson gonna get assists because he's touching the ball the most. But if they go through Cat, it's a wrap. Embiid cannot guard Cat. Embiid cannot guard Jalen Brunson. And what the Knicks are doing now is what Indiana did to the Knicks last year. Last year, Indiana attacked Brunson and Towns in the pick and roll with Miles Turner mostly, but also with Siakam and Halliburton. The Knicks are attacking Philly because Embiid ain't got no lateral movement. And so either Embiid's got to guard Towns, which he backs up and goes under, or he has to try to go forward and Brunson will destroy him because he can't guard Brunson, okay, especially in the open floor. He can't. So that's what the Knicks are going to continue to do. They're going to continue to attack Embiid, which they need to do. And Brunson's got to hit his shots. Now, this is the thing. Brunson has days where he gets in the paint and hits, and he has days when he gets in the paint and doesn't hit. You never know. And so we're going to see. That's why I'm expecting a fight tonight. It's going to be a physical game. It's going to be a tough game. Philly's going to pull out all the stops. That's why Mitch Rob got hurt 2 years ago against Embiid. They were getting their ass beat, that is Philly, and in desperation, he pulls Mitch Rob's leg. Just like Dyson Daniels got frustrated and tried to bow Mitch Rob under the ribs. Hey, that's what happens when they losing. They're very competitive. This is the most competitive basketball on planet Earth right now. So you can expect them to pull out all their dirty tricks and all their stops to try to win this game today. Because if they lose today and go down 2-0, going back to Philly, it's a wrap. And they know it, okay? They know it. They have not been able to solve Cat. And the reason is because they hyping Embiid. And Embiid ain't that dude no more. For them to be real successful, they need to go through Maxey and let Maxey handle business. He's almost unguardable, Tyrese Maxey, especially when he's hitting his three. He's almost unguardable. Nobody could guard him, not even two guys. He's just like a blur. But that's up to them. That's up to them. So tonight, if they start going through Embiid early, it's a wrap. Because the Knicks don't go through Cat, and they can't handle him. If they start going at Maxey, the key for the Knicks would be to get the ball out of Maxey's hands. Double him, and then get back quickly, because Maxey's smart. He's going to let go of that basketball, and then the ball's going to move. Kelly Oubre will be cutting off ball. You'll be having Barlow. You'll be having PG-13, all of them cats. And they're excellent at being the supporting cast to Maxey. That's why I'm saying it's going to be a tough game. I'm expecting Maxey to drop plus 30 today. I don't know what Cat's going to do in terms of numbers. I'm almost expecting a triple-double. And if Brunson's jumper is on, it's a wrap. Because he's going to get a lot of open shots. And then, let's say they were able to contain Brunson and Cat has the ball. You still got OG to deal with. And we ain't even let Deuce loose yet. They ain't even do it yet. Because they haven't had to. So, it's going to be a tough game tonight. The Knicks are expecting a tough game. Their attitude was not, no, let's celebrate. It wasn't like that, though they beat Philly by 39 last game. They are really understanding that tonight is going to be tough. Everybody is. They're keeping grounded. This is what a captain like Jalen Brunson does for your team. And so that's what they're doing. Everybody's head is straight. Everybody's ready. They know what they got to do. The ball's coming through Cat's hands, so everybody know they're going to touch it. Here we go. Okay. So I'm expecting a tough game, close game, win by the Knicks, hopefully. And then we go to Philly. For today is Wednesday. We go to Philly for Friday or Saturday, whatever, and we'll be up 2-0. But it's not a given. The Knicks got to come correct today. If they come correct, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So y'all enjoy the game today. Enjoy the San Antonio mini game because, again, San Antonio is a must-win situation in the Alamo tonight. So they better win. Juju and them ain't playing. So we'll see. You all enjoy both games. Please be safe out there. Shalom.